The overall truth may at first glance seem ugly, but no matter how painful or sad that wide-angle truth is to accept, it is actually, and always, quite beautiful. Because, once we understand that big picture truth, we can begin to move ourselves and others in the right direction. And that journey toward goodness for all, no matter how difficult and prolonged its path may be, will always be beauty of the highest order.
Hello there, I'm Richard Krause, and I built this thing beside me here. I'd like to briefly explain what it is and what you will be viewing on this film. The purpose of this vertical 50-inch screen here was initially intended to display my artwork full size. And most of my artwork is taller than it is wide, so of course the screen is turned vertically into the so-called portrait mode. But after I spent considerable time making the film, I decided I might like to send a copy of it on a DVD to a friend, or maybe even to someone who isn't a friend. But for them to watch it and to appreciate it to any degree, they would have to turn their televisions on end. And I'm sure most people wouldn't want to do that. So I decided to put together a normal landscape mode horizontal version of the film. But if I just rotated the original film 90 degrees, so you wouldn't have to turn your head on its side, there would be a big black empty space on each side, and that wouldn't be very pretty or interesting. So I placed this big screen content here in a big rotating amphitheater constructed just for this project by yours truly, and I filmed the whole thing. And that theater view is what shows on this bottom screen here, and it is the sole content of the film which follows if you are watching this from a DVD or from a Blu-ray disc. No full-size view of the artwork, but at least you don't have to rotate your head or your television 90 degrees and either put a crick in your neck or give yourself a hernia if you have a really heavy TV. Thank you for your participation in this one-frame living oil project.
Yeah. So, why in heaven's name have I been smiling for 500 years? Because Leonardo promised that if I posed for him in total privacy, he would only design weapons of war which were totally impossible for mortal men to construct.